There's been violence erupting in Diepsloot since the early hours of the morning. Community members say they're unhappy about undocumented foreign nationals living in the area. They marched to the police station a little earlier saying that foreign nationals have been killing people, in particular locals. Of course, those are still allegations and police are investigating. Let's get the latest now from our reporter Slindelo Masikane, who's following the story for us. She's at the police station where residents marched to earlier. She joins us now live. Slee, we know that there are pockets of people still protesting. What's the latest?
Well, we are here on the other side of Diepsloot, which is actually close to the Diepsloot police station. And of course, we know that it's been a day of unrest here. But the situation remains calm at this point. We did take a trip with the police a couple of minutes ago, just around the township and across the main roads, where they were just ensuring that, barricaded roads are open and ensuring that traffic is not interfered. We know that we're heading into peak time and we're going to have a lot of commuters coming back into the township. We do know that there are small groups of protesters that are moving in and around the township, still burning tires and attempting to barricade roads, but the police are remaining on high alert. At this stage, you can see traffic is flowing, especially on the main road, which was quite affected early this morning, the R511. This is one of the main roads surrounding the township. I want to bring in now police spokesperson Brigadier Matapelo Peters right outside the police station, which essentially is where the police officer was stationed who was allegedly killed by the foreign national last week Friday. What is the latest on the ground? Do the police have the situation under control?
For now, Silindelo, things are quiet. However, we remain on high alert just to monitor and make sure that there's no other incidents of violence that erupts. And this has actually been happening since last night. Our police have been on the ground since last night. It started off as mobilization for a shutdown for whatever reasons. However, it turned into criminality where there were incidents of looting, but police have managed to contain the situation.
Any arrests? Have there been any injuries in terms of people being hurt? We do know stun grenades, rubber bullets were fired this morning.
There are no arrests, and then in terms of injuries, I need to clarify that there was one person that got injured when the police were firing stun grenades and rubber bullets during the shooting. However, after examination by paramedics, it was confirmed that the injury was from a cut and not from the instruments used by the police.
A lot of questions around the police intelligence and not being able to stop these protests before they start.
Like I said to you, we've been on the ground since last night. We picked up notices that were going around on social media, as well as our intelligence have been on the ground. So we do what we can with what we have. We believe that the situation could have been worse had we not known about it, but because we were aware and we had deployed on time, we were able to deal with it effectively.
And what is the latest with regards to the investigation around the said police officer that sparked this protest?
Well, the suspect appeared today in the Randburg Magistrates Court, so unfortunately I'm not aware of the outcome of the court, which I cannot comment on anyway. So we do hope that the law will take its course.
And in terms of the plan for tonight and the rest of the week?
Yes, like again, we said that our intelligence informs us that there could be possible incidents again this evening, because we have been told that these people are planning to use the darkness as a cover. So we will remain on the ground. However, we want to use this opportunity to call for calm and restraint, and also give a stern warning to the organizers that should we find them, they could actually be charged with criminality, because inciting violence is an act of criminality.
Thank you so much, Brigadier.
Thank you.
All right, that is the latest from the Diepsloot police station. Back to you, Shahan.
All right, thanks so much for that. Appreciate it. Slindelo Masikane is outside the police station in Diepsloot. I'm on the other side of the area speaking to community leaders, and I'm now joined by a youth leader. His name, of course, is Loyiso Toyiya. Thanks for your time. We appreciate it. You, of course, are one of the people who's been involved with talks between locals and foreign nationals in this area. Give us the backstory and how you came to this point where you're trashing the streets and going to the police station demanding answers.
Okay, I want to clarify clarify one thing, it made to declare to the public that these protests that you see today have got nothing to do with xenophobic attack. South Africans are not xenophobic. What has perpetrated what you are seeing today, the community of Diepsloot is angry of the crimes that are happening in our community uncontrollably. When we make research, they look at, they have seen that these crimes, most of them are done by people from outside, which cannot be traced. That has raised the concern to say people are in the country and they cannot be traced. It means they are here illegally. So the call of the people in meeting that we had, including with foreign nationals, we had meeting with them as leadership. The call that we've made in a meeting of yesterday, we've said, we want the Minister of Police, Comrade Diepsloot, to come down to Diepsloot and come and make a clarity and make sure that and give assurance to the people of Diepsloot that they are safe. Yeah. Number two, we want Home Affairs. We want the police. If it needs be, the soldiers must come and raid this area. I can tell you, my brother, if that can happen, what can come out of these sharks is terrible. Yeah. Guns are here. Dangerous guns, dangerous weapons are here. So the people of Diepsloot have taken a resolution to say, since when we report to the police, we're not being heard. Since when we go to proper channels, people are not being listened to. Let's go to the streets. Maybe our own government will listen to.
So basically you're saying that police are not doing enough to address your concern, but how long have you had these concerns? How long have you been speaking to police about it before it got to this point?
It's quite a long time. Cases have been opened which have been ignored. What have happened in last week Friday, a police has been murdered. Now, and when that police has been murdered, we found out the person that had murdered that police is an illegal foreign national. If you are,
those are allegations, of course, still being investigated.
Those are allegations. When you find those kind of allegations, it means when someone can come in a certain country and have guards to murder a police, that means that person is spitting to the constitution and the laws of the country, is undermining the laws of the country. So that's why we are calling upon the national minister, Diepsloot, to come down to Diepsloot and come and give assurance to the people of Diepsloot that we are safe. Yeah. The break-ins that are happening, the rape that are happening in this community, it are overwhelming. You can go to the police station and ask the statistics of how many people have been murdered, how many people have been raped, how many houses have been robbed during 2019 up until now. You will be amazed the state that you'll find.
Are you absolutely sure that all of these allegations should be leveled against foreign nationals who are in the area? Could it be locals as well? How do you know for sure?
No, not exactly, my brother. We've got loyal and law-abiding citizens from Zimbabwe, from Nigeria, from all other African countries who are here in this country, who are here to work for their families and go home. The problem that we have, first of all, is with our own national government, with borders that are open. It's like when you are coming to South Africa, you are going to the next street. Yeah. It can't be like that. It can be. So we want, when we call Mr. Diepsloot, to make sure that they fix our borders. And another issue that our people have been crying about are the issue of mushrooming illegal structures that you just find in an empty area, illegal structures that will...
I want to hone in on you saying that this is not a xenophobic attacks, but you are targeting foreign nationals, right? How is that working? Because we're seeing people going to certain stores, we're seeing people going to houses. So how are you not targeting foreign nationals when that's what we're seeing happen?
No, we were not targeting foreign nationals, my brother. We are saying we want people, when they come to our country, they must be documented. If someone is a legal South African or has come to South Africa legally, when that person commits a crime, you are able to trace that person. So the problem that we have many unsolved cases at the police station. because some of the people, most of the people that are committing this crime cannot be traced. We've got wonderful people from other countries, including Zimbabwe, including Nigeria, who are here in this country legally. Yeah. So this has got nothing to do with xenophobic. The same people that you talk about are from other countries are living in our backyards. Yeah. They are renting in our backyards. So we are saying also to the landlords, if you have someone in your backyard that you know that person you cannot identify, we want that person to be, everyone that is renting in any backyard must be identified.
All right. So I'm going to try and get to speak to some foreign nationals living in the area a little later in the show, but I want to ask you about the violence and destruction that we're seeing as part of the protests. We're seeing things being toppled over on the streets, tires being burnt, etc. What's the point of all of that?
I'm sure you'll understand when the community is angry, and when they are angry, they can express their anger in different manners. Of course, we're against the looting of shops, any criminal activities that can happen. The police must do their work. What you see now is the anger of the community. Is the anger of the community what you see right now.
All right, thank you so much for your time and your insight. We do appreciate it. That is Loyiso Toyiya. He's one of the community youth leaders. We will speak to another community leader a little later, but let me give you a bigger picture of what we're seeing behind me. You'll see vehicles trying to maneuver through the rubble on the streets. Containers have been pushed over, tires burnt earlier, and there are also rocks all over here. Community members trying to basically shut down the area, saying that they want to be noticed, as you just heard, saying that they want police to listen to them, as well as the Department of Home Affairs to come in and target undocumented foreign nationals, as they call it. So our coverage right here on The Lead will continue from Diepsloot. We'll speak to Slindelo Masikane throughout the show, and we'll try to speak to some foreign nationals in the area as well.